Hello, this is Judy. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel to check this out. Today I'm going to be doing a video using my stash and a couple of easy thin cuts from close to my heart and some cards that I've had in my stash for quite a while that I wanted to use up. And I will put links to these items when they come up. Here's this stamp set. That is our current sentiment stamp set, so I'll put a link to that one. And you'll see these are the cards that I have left over. I made them back when these layered panels were really popular when they first came out, and they're still available. However, I just saw today that the quantity is limited, so I don't know how much longer they will be available. But I also used another card panel thin cut that you'll see at the end. Yeah, and stay tuned to the end, or go right to the end, and you will see close-ups of all the cards I made now that they're finished with stickles and all the glitter and glam. So this is my creative process sometimes, right? I have so much stuff laying around on my desk, and I try to keep it a little organized. I kind of zoomed in on this so you didn't see the disaster on my desk, where I had all these pieces laying around trying to organize them. So what I did was I took all these cards and laid them out, and then I took all the flower pieces from that thin cut and matched them up with the card base. And now I am going through the final process where I'm taking the cards that look similar, like these are all the brown ones with orange and yellow and so on and so forth. So then I took all those pieces that I thought might coordinate and put them all together. And then I tried to match them up to make them look nice, you know, according to how I like them. No rhyme or reason, no right or wrong, just fit them together until I was happy with how they looked, and that was how it went. I didn't go by having to have green leaves. I didn't go by having to have red flowers. You know, I made them all different patterns and shades and glitter paper and everything, as you will see. And that was a lot of fun. I was watching TV when I did this. That's why I have to do this voiceover, so I hope that's okay. But I think it's a pretty easy process. This is not a very long video because that's all I did. I'm only showing a few of the cards that I did the process on. And I followed the same kind of idea throughout all the cards, but you'll see all of them that I did at the end. I think I did like 30 of them. So you'll see many, many different cards. All the same idea, but all different. So I hope you enjoy that. It was a lot of fun. I got a lot of cards now. I ran out of Get Well cards, so that was what spurred me to do this. And it was a good project for a cool day when, you know, there wasn't much else to do. So you can see here I've got these little containers. They're photo containers, and I keep all my little thin cuts in them for a lot of the different stamp sets that I have, or thin cuts that I have, just to keep them all together, and then I'll have them ready when I have a project that I want to use them on. So it works really well. I recently just bought a new case. It was actually the Iris one, which is much higher quality than the ones that they had at like Michael's. And it has 16 of those little cases in the big case. And yeah, they work really well for keeping all these little pieces corralled for me. And I just used a white liquid glue. I think it was a Tombow. I put in those little bottles from Amazon so that I can use the fine tip on them. And it works really well holding all these pieces together, even with the glitter paper that I used. It's good. I don't know if you notice, I have a little cork piece up in the left hand corner there. I've had that on my desk in my pile of goodie things to use for, I would say, a good 2 years. And I finally got it used. Was so glad. A lot of these things have been sitting on my desk for a while. I'm so glad I got them done, right? A great way to use up your scraps. I just took a lot of the scraps of different paper I had from past projects and just thin cut all those flowers and leaves, and I just thin cut and ran them through my die cut machine and ran them through and got all these pieces. And then I was like, oh, this is good. What am I going to do with them now, right? I have the piles of flower pieces. You better get them onto cards. So when I saw that pile of card fronts that I had done, I said, oh, this is perfect. They are quite busy. I do agree with that. They are quite busy, but oh my gosh, they are so stunning in real life. And I think if I got one of these from someone, I would be going, oh my God, that is just gorgeous. If I do say so myself, I was very, very happy with how they turned out. And here I just cut out some of those little banner pieces, and that was another thin cut. And you know, I just stamped the sentiment on it, and now I'm trying to find a layer for it. And a lot of these cards, because the background was so busy, I used a tag or a panel or some other kind of piece of paper or cardstock to use as a grounding element, I guess you would call it. Something to give the flowers to sit on, okay? So it helps to make that background not so busy, gives your eye a place to rest. So that's always a good idea if you find it's too busy. Some of them that I didn't use that resting panel on, I notice. So it's a good learning project for me to see what worked and what didn't, because there was such a wide variety of colors and designs that I used. There was no two alike in this project. So, and you can see here how I've just, you know, lay them out, make them look nice however it looks good to your eye. There's no design or pattern to follow. It's just whatever's pleasing to your eye. And this is a very rewarding way to make cards or scrapbook, is just to start playing with your stuff and get it done. And don't worry about the big picture of who's going to like it. Is this right? Can I use this pattern on this paper? You know, as long as it looks good to you, it's okay. So, and there you can see that orange piece I was going to layer the sentiment on. It really just blended right in with that background because it was the same color. And once I got to it and I was going to lay it down, I'm like, I want something that's going to make it pop a little bit more, make it stand out. So this mocha, our new mocha brown, oh, love it. It worked perfect. And you'll see when you lay it down how that sentiment just pops. You see it right there. Now if I'd used that Sundance paper, it would have, or maybe even Gold Rush, because these are quite old. It would have just blended right in. So it's so nice. And we're almost done, so we'll get on to the close-ups. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, and if you could subscribe, I'd appreciate it, and leave me a thumbs up. I would like that, and a comment would be great. Have a good day.